and welcome on 360 Sport on Trust TV. I am Adini Ajishafe. A night of revenge for Manchester United against Aston Villa as we were able to bundle them out after what they got in the Premier League. Good one there. We just have to look at stories trending in the world of sport. And right now we'll be starting from home scene where we have cricket as the first story. NCF, Nigerian Cricket Federation, unveils 14-man squad for ICC T20 World Cup sub-regional qualifier in Rwanda. Nigeria participating in the sub-regional qualifier in Rwanda, and we hope that the 14-man squad that's been at least selected will be able to do well for the qualifier there. ICC T20 World Cup sub-regional qualifier in Rwanda. 14 of them right now. Quickly, let's look at the 14 players that have been invited for the NCC T20 qualifier. Sylvester Okwe is the captain. You have Ashmi Shrestha, Adedeji Sheson, Sulaiman Rumshewe. You have Chimezie Wuzulike, Ademola Onikoyi, Isaac Okwe. You have another one, that's Akere Isesele, Peter Aho. You have Taiwo Muhammad. You have Ridwan Karim, Joshua Asia, and you have Chimele Udekwe alongside Prosper Useni. Those are the players that will be flying high the flag of Nigeria over there in Rwanda for the T20 sub-regional qualifier there. Hopefully they will scale through and make us proud when it comes to cricket. We always want to promote our own and also not making only football. It's always all sports. That's why it's called 360 Sport, just to make sure we balance all the sporting activities across the globe. Recently, Nigerian cricketers have been doing well, and right now we have to celebrate them, both male and female, for what they are doing when it comes to the sport of cricket. Away from cricket, we'll be looking at the MPFL, where the Nigerian Professional Football League sets 10 million naira benchmark on insurance policy for players. Well, this actually is a good one coming from the MPFL organizers, but for the fact that they deem it fit to look at the insurance policy for players set at 10 million naira benchmark there. Well, right now, we just hope that the clubs really will follow this particular policy coming from the MPFA organizers, so that the players, either they are injured or whatever happens, they will get something tangible for their families. Good one coming there now. You look at it, start from the statement that was released by the MPFL, where the MPFL further insisted that such a policy must be acquired from a reputable insurance company and domiciled with the MPFL as required by the club licensing regulations. In a similar development, the circular also notified the clubs that it is mandatory that they hand over a signed copy of a player's contract to the player and his agent in accordance with Section 9.41 and Section 12.12 of the MPFL framework and rules and CAF club licensing document. Good one coming from the MPFA organizer there right now, deeming it fit to set 10 million naira insurance policy on Nigerian players. I have in the studio, in the person of a former player who really did well the job of playing football, Vincent Christopher is here. Good to have you, Vincent.
Thank you for having me.
Good. Let's talk about this. You were a former player, and at least I'm sure you have an idea of this concerning the policy laid down by the MPFL. I think this is a good one coming from the MPFL organizers concerning Nigerian players.
Yes, sure. It's a very good one, because when you know you have a backup, when you know you have a backup that if peradventure something happened to you during the course of play, you definitely have something to fall back to, either a case of injury that you cannot play again, or death. Your family will have something that they will hold on to. Because recently, in recent times, there are issues that some players slump in the pitch of play and they gave up. At the end of the day, you find it very difficult. The family don't get anything, just a mere goodwill messages and all of that to the family and all of that.
That's all.
But when you have an insurance policy laid down, at least with that amount of 10 million naira, you find it will be easy for every player to give out 120%, because, you know, peradventure anything happens. That's the difference between us and those playing in Europe, because they have backup of insurance policy, they have insurance cover and all of that. So they give everything, they give all out, so that they know whatever happens, they have something to fall back to. So it's a good one.
A good one. When you were playing, I'm sure, so do you have something like this?
Yeah, they will always tell you. They used to tell us there's an insurance policy, that we have insurance cover. At the end of the day, we don't see anything. Even some of our colleagues, our friends that they were involved in such, there was nothing like that.
Maybe accidents or
maybe
death
accident
or
and
injury.
death and all of that. Yes, there was nothing like that. Do you understand? And at the end of the day, they will finish playing. sometimes they will not, because of one injury or the other, they might not be able to play again.
Come back to play.
They'll come back to their family. It is their family now that will take responsibility of their treatment and their well-being. Do you understand? And this contract, contract form that he suggested that it should be given to a player, I think it's a good one. Before the start of every season, a player or his agent should be able to get the player's agreement, player and the club agreement signed and sealed. A player will have his copy, the team will have their copy, and the NFL will have their copy.
Okay, now looking at this particular statement from the NPFL organizers that says it's mandatory that they hand over a signed copy of a player's contract to the player and his agent, because we've seen some players where they normally say, okay, they only told them, give them a sheet of paper to sign, nothing concrete, nothing official. But this particular, you look at that signed copy of a player's contract. The player's contract must be given to the player and his agent.
Yes, sir.
Trying to make it very official now.
Yes. It's always like that. Like I experienced, I'm part of this. I went through this because at the end of the day, they would tell us a copy will be given to us. A copy will be with the team. A copy will be in NFF. At the end of the day, because of backlog of what you're being owed, do you understand? They will not give you, so that at the end of the day, you will not have any tangible document that you hold on to fight them for your money.
Them.
Do you understand? So normally they will tell you, they will give you and all of that, but they end up not giving it to any player. That's how they do it. But if they will insist that a player must be handed over his own copy before the commencement of the season, I think it's a good one.
A very good one. Yes. Looking at the NPFL, trying to see how they can sanitize Nigerian Professional Football League, it's been a wonderful one there. If truly the clubs, the 20 clubs will actually stand by this. Right now, it has been confirmed that they just have to make sure the 10 million insurance policy on each player because of anything like that has to do with injury or death or accident or thereabout. But right now, if everything goes well, it means the player will have something to fall back on, and that's the beginning of something nice coming to Nigerian Professional Football League. Lately, it has been one story or the other when it comes to Nigerian teams performing well at the Continental. But we'll be looking at that in our subsequent edition. But right now, we're talking about the insurance policy slated for the NPFL players. And we hope that the teams or the clubs will stand by this and make sure these players are not shortchanged. Now, let's go international. Now, let's actually talk about the EFL Cup, where Manchester United, they came at least to this party. They were able to revenge against Aston Villa. Aston Villa defeated them in the English Premier League, and now in the EFL Cup, the one they call Carabao Cup, they were able to win 4-2. Good one for Garnacho, not forgetting Rashford and all of them. Martial too, they were unsung in that game.
Yeah, it was so competitive yesterday because Manchester United, they were playing at home, though they had all the support and their fans were there and all of that. And recently, some smaller clubs have been giving them difficulties during the play. So they were focused. At the end of the day, they were able to get it. And if you notice, there are some certain players that just came in new to the team. So probably they injected force because they want to be there. If a player is given an opportunity, like the goalkeeper, it was not the guy that was on the post yesterday, it was somebody else. So if you're given this kind of opportunity, if you're in a club, and all of a sudden you're given an opportunity to showcase yourself, you want to do better than the person that was playing before, so that you take over that place. So when injecting new, fresh blood into the team, it really helped Manchester United.
For that game against Aston Villa, who knows, maybe Aston Villa will be like, okay, the squad that played against that we defeated, maybe that's the squad they want to feature. Yeah. And it never happened. They changed them.
They changed
it turned out to be a good omen for them.
Yes.
Now, they won 4-2, and I love the fact that they were able to come back at least to show that, yes, even though you defeated us in the Premier League, here we want to make statement, we want to be among the contestants for the Cup, the EFL Cup. I love the fact that Manchester United turned the table around, and for that particular win against Aston Villa to revenge the Premier League defeat, let's look at the way the EFL Cup fourth round draws that was made is right now standing, looking at the fact that Wolves, Wolverhampton Wanderers will be facing Gillingham, and Southampton against Lincoln, Blackburn against Nottingham Forest, Newcastle United against Bournemouth, another fight there. Manchester City against Liverpool. What a way to go. Manchester City dropped Chelsea. Now they will face Liverpool. Who will win this battle? Is left for Vincent to answer. Manchester United against Burnley after dropping Aston Villa. MK Dons, Giant Killers against Leicester City. Brighton will be playing rather against Charlton Athletic. A tough one there. But let's look at these two. Manchester City, Liverpool. Manchester City dropped at Chelsea recently. And in fact, it was like a gang-up against all the London clubs. They were all booted out in the competition, remaining only Charlton thereabout. Now, do you see Liverpool being able to upstage this particular tough team called Manchester City?
Yeah, in this very game, and knowing the fact that this game would be played after the World Cup, right? Everybody must be on form because everybody returned back to his club with that form from the World Cup. So we're expecting it to be a cracker. We're expecting a very good game, a very tough game, a very competitive game. And more so, playing the top 4 or top 5 in Premier League, the matches, sometimes you cannot decide. The matches can go either way, either to Manchester City or to Liverpool. But for now, I don't think one can predict and get it right.
One cannot predict and get it right because it's a tough one there. But for Man City, Liverpool, what's a way to go? Tough one. A lot of Liverpool fans will have been wishing for another club. Well, from the way it is, let's see if they will come out with all their cylinder to fight against Manchester City, who are really firing from all angles now. Manchester United will face Burnley there, another tough one. Burnley can be very, very stubborn team. Newcastle United, another B team, Bournemouth, another tough match there.
Yeah, not only Burnley against Manchester United. Like most of the teams, this Gillingham, this Lincoln, they are from the lower league. So you don't underrate them. In competitions like this, they can shock you. They will take you by surprise, and before you know it, you're gone. It happens even in Nigeria. Once it is FA Cup, you find local teams playing amateur, defeating Premier League teams, and the same thing happened everywhere. Do you understand? So we expect in this one is not Premiership League. Carabao Cup, FA Cup, you expect shocks. Lower teams will always beat the big teams. So everybody should be prepared and come to get a win.
Everybody should be prepared to get a win there. A tough one because when you have all these smaller teams, they can be very giant killing. Right now, MK Dons will also be there to see what they can do. And not forgetting the fact that the likes of Charlton Athletic, they will be there against Brighton. Leicester City, we just have to be very careful against MK Dons. They've done it before against the bigger team. Gillingham, Lincoln, these are teams that you don't underrate. You do that at your own peril. Well, a good one for the 4th round draw actually made immediately after that particular game just yesterday. We'll be looking at the EFL Cup, and right now let's go straight to talk about the La Liga. Matches were also played. Real Madrid, a little mix of here and there. Well, for Valencia, Real Betis, Vallecano, right now, we're looking at the fact that Real Madrid, they were able to do well in that particular game. Talking about what happened in this particular matches. You know, Barcelona were actually leading. They led the pack with 5 points. And you look at Real Madrid, they needed to win that game to close the gap against Barcelona, who are right now leading with 5. But now closing the gap has given Real Madrid the hope that yes, after the World Cup, no matter what it is, we are going to meet up with the Barcelona.
Yes, they won yesterday, and automatically that winning will put them in the right frame of mind, because the gap was a little bit much. Now they've closed it. Then they'll be looking forward to not wanting to drop any point again, so that they meet up with Barcelona. Because in La Liga, the challenge is always Barcelona, Real Madrid. Barcelona, Real Madrid. If Barcelona are there on top, Real Madrid will do everything possible to close up, or if possible to overtake them. So if once they know that they are close, they are getting close to the other team, they try to do everything possible to make sure they win every game that comes their way. And more so, these matches will be played after the World Cup. And me, I want to believe, and I still maintain, that every team, every player that comes from the World Cup, his performance is expected to be from 80-90%, because he's just come back from a tournament, the most important tournament in the world. He's just coming from that tournament. So that form that they're coming from the tournament with should be put in place. They should see something different, something new. in their next matches after the World Cup.
Now, before we talk about the World Cup, because we will try to be unveiling, the teams are unveiling their squad now.
Yeah.
We'll be looking at England and Germany today, right now. But before we do that, before we talk about Germany and England, let's come back home to talk about Nigerian League. Recently, Plateau United, Rivers United, they played the CAF Confederation. Plateau United leading 4-1 the first leg, and then they got to Libya. I like that turned the table around. They were able to score 3 goals in just 45 minutes, and that turned the fortune of that game to favor them. And now Plateau United are out of the competition. You, as a former footballer, how can you assess that particular performance when everyone actually believed that all they needed to do was to do what? Just defend 2 goals.
Yeah.
Not to concede 3.
Not to concede 3. And even after conceding 3, or before you concede 3, you should be able to at least score a goal.
Score also. 1, just so like Rivers United did.
Yes, so that at least you have something to fall back to. I at least expect after beating this team 4-1 at home, then you travel out there and lose 3-0, and knowing fully well that if you lose this game 3-0, automatically you're out of the tournament. You understand? I expect the coaches to know the kind of strategy they will play.
But from my own side, I believe it's the job of the coach and the players, because at times, whatever the coach teach out to them to do, at times the players can be very funny.
Yeah,
they may not just follow the coach's advice.
Sometimes, once you're given an instruction outside the pitch, of course, it is expected that you take it and you execute it during the game of play. But sometimes during the game of play, you see a different ball game altogether in the pitch than what the coach told you. You now use your initiative. What do I do to carry the coach's instructions and then garnish it with my own, then know how to contain whatever situation of the game I find myself in? You understand? So the players really needed to have it in their mind. We don't need to lose this game. The highest we can get here is a draw. So you bring out 120%, more than what you can do. Do you understand? So that at least you know that, yes, you've secured 4-1 at home. You don't, I see no reason why you should lose 3-0 without scoring a goal. You understand? Because already, even people in Plateau, everybody, they were already preparing against their next opponent. Because they almost count this one over already. Because there's no way these people will score them like 3-0 and they won't get to a goal. You understand? So the problem either is from the technical or from the players put together. They should sit down and really question themselves what happened. What did they lose? But
really, it was very painful and scandalous to look at how first half you played 0-0, second half, then you went to sleep and you allowed goal 1, goal 2, goal 3. And that was the end of all the dreams that a lot of Nigerians were. It's been a while that we've seen a Nigerian team even getting close to being, okay, let's see if we can qualify for group stage. And Plateau United, really, that particular incident is still really surprising everyone. What went wrong? 4-1. Then you will at least consider just 2 goals and make sure you qualify. But for Rivers United, a good one from them. They show class. After winning in Nigeria, they were able to at least show that, yes, they are one of those clubs to be respected. If you remember, they play 1-1 in Libya. That's a team that actually a team that wants to do something. They're ready.
Yes, and with the support and everything. That's what we're saying. Sometimes, either we normally have this kind of poor preparation because we qualify, we're just lucky to qualify, so let's just go and try our luck again and see if we can qualify. If not, I don't see reason why after winning 4-1 at home, then you won't qualify. It's amazing, it's surprising, it's shocking. You understand? So they really need to sit down. What went wrong? So that they try to put things in place against next time. You understand?
We've been looking at the Plateau United ouster from CAF Confederation. It was a scandalous ouster. They are very painful because after winning 4-1 in Abuja and they got to Benghazi and they lost out on 3-0, making it 4-4. Well, right now, they will be licking that particular wound. So painful. But for Rivers United, well, at least we are still hopeful that they will do well in their group stage. If Plateau are qualified, they will have gotten 135 million naira. if they have won that game and qualified for group stage. Well, that's football. Quickly, let's look at English squad and German squad. We look at that story, 2022 World Cup, highlighting England and Germany squad. Let's take it at least as it goes now. Looking at England, they have goalkeeper Jordan Pickford, as actually keep for Everton, Nick Pope, Newcastle United, Aaron Ramsdale of Arsenal. Defender, you have John Stones. John Stones play for Manchester City, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Liverpool, Eric Dier, Tottenham Hotspur, Conan Cody, Everton, Ben White, Arsenal, Luke Shaw, Kylie Walker, Harry Maguire, Kieran Trippier. They all made the squad. And you have midfielders, Calvin Phillips, Declan Rice, Conor Gallagher, you have Jude Bellingham, Jordan Henderson, Mason Mount. And when it comes to the striker or forwards, Harry Kane of Tottenham Hotspur, Marcus Rashford, Callum Wilson of Newcastle United, Phil Foden, who plays for Manchester City, Jack Grealish, Manchester City, Bukayo Saka of Arsenal, James Maddison of Leicester, and you have Raheem Sterling of Chelsea making that squad. Well, right now, after this particular squad list was released by England manager Gareth Southgate, a lot of people were surprised that the likes of Tammy Abraham and Fikayo Tomori of AC Milan didn't make this squad. Are you surprised?
Yeah, I'm very, very surprised. If Raheem Sterling,
Jack Grealish. My focus is on Jack Grealish.
Yes.
For him to have qualified for.
These are players that, even when they, like Jack Grealish, even if he comes in, he doesn't really show anything.
So, Tammy Abraham should have.
Tammy Abraham, he has been very, very consistent. He has been scoring goals. If you talk about Roma, he's the first person you will call as a player. And he has done well
for England.
For England. Do you understand? So I don't expect him not to be included in that list. Then something is wrong somewhere. If Jack Grealish is there. Do you understand? Some players are not doing, they are not even doing half of what he's doing.
People are surprised that Maguire made it too.
Yes, I'm surprised. I mean,
Fikayo Tomori has been fantastic for AC Milan. And seriously, these two lads that they are not being included, it's still surprising to a lot of people.
It's surprising. It's very unfortunate. It's very, very unfortunate.
Well, we're looking at England there, while we are highlighting the 2022 England and Germany squad there. That's the topic we're looking at, 2022 World Cup, highlighting England and Germany squad. Right now, we've done Brazil on Tuesday. We're doing England and Germany. Let's look at German team right now, also released by their coach. Well, Manuel Neuer, of course, as expected. Marc-Andre Ter Stegen of Barcelona, Kevin Trapp of Eintracht Frankfurt. You have defenders. Amel Bella Kutchab is there for Southampton. You have Matthias Ginter. You have Christian Goncha, Atlo Kera, Lucas Klosnan, all made it from Leipzig, West Ham, Freiburg. You have David Raum of Leipzig, Antonio Rudiger of Real Madrid, as expected. Nico Schloberg of Dortmund. Niklas Süle is there from Dortmund. Midfielder, Leon Goretzka of Bayern. Joshua Kimmich, Bayern. Jonas Hoffmann, Mönchengladbach. Ike Gondoha is there from Man City. Mario Götze surprisingly made it. He played for Eintracht Frankfurt. Jamal Musiala, Bayern. Julian Brandt of Dortmund. You have Karim Adeyemi, Serge Gnabry, Kai Havertz, Youssoufa Moukoko, who played for Dortmund. Thomas Müller, Niklas Füllkrug, one of the highest goal scorer in Bundesliga, who played for Werder Bremen. And you have Leroy Sané. Vincent, at least this squad, you can say very compact, but a lot of people are surprised that Mario Götze made that squad.
No, but as you can see, the German squad, they are complete.
Very
they are very complete.
Yes.
Everything is in place. But from the goalkeepers to the defense to the attack, everybody that needs to be there is there. So their team is complete. I give it to them.
Good one for Germany. Right now, if you look at this squad, I think they are ready for business, even though we know that the England squad is always very hyped. Sandro, he didn't make it. Sandro.
Yeah. Sandro did not make
it. The Manchester United player couldn't make it. Julian, a lot of people were surprised that how come? Well, that's football. But for Tammy Abraham and Fikayo Tomori, these are two players that people were thinking they would be able to make it for England. So surprised.
Why I'm still surprised about Tammy Abraham, he has been very consistent in this team. He has delivered. He has proven who he is. Anytime he goes to play, his contribution is always clear. He always makes sure he contributes something, even if he goes in at the dying minute or so. So I don't want to attach it to racism or something. But
after all, Bukayo Saka made it.
Yes. So they should take a second look at this. Because there are some players that don't deserve to be there. If Tammy will not be there, then the likes of Grealish, I don't know what they're doing there.
Well, it's just always very funny when you see some squad with for England. Let's see what they will be doing at the World Cup. After all, since 1966, they've been running after the World Cup to see what they can do. Let's see if 2022 will favor them. But it seems this year's edition could be tilting towards South America. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, yes, because I am sorry to say this, but football is being played in South America.
Well, South America play better football when it comes to World Cup. Well, we've been talking about highlighting the 2022 World Cup squad of Germany and also England. That's making 3 now. We're going to the 2 nations who will be fighting for honors there. And we continue to at least highlight more from tomorrow. We take more concerning those countries that have released their squad so far. Good one, even though Nigeria won't be there. We just have to always showcase this. That's the biggest event when it comes to football. The Mundial is here, November 20. We can't wait to see footballers showcasing that challenge over there in Qatar. That will be it on 360 Sport for this hour. It has been a wonderful time with Vincent Christopher. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
I am Adeniyi Ajisafe. Sport is always business and fitness. Thanks for watching.